Hey everybody, welcome back to Lettermen Row. I'm Austin Ward, joined by my co-host, sidekick, Ohio State linebacker extraordinaire.
I like it.
Volunteer assistant coach, I don't know, whatever. I could keep going.
It's very much volunteer assistant. Yes, very much so.
He's Zach Boren, giving us that expertise as always, and shining that light today back on the defensive line. Not a Chase Young breakdown this time, but a guy who's supposed to be the next one in line, Tyreke Smith. Interesting year with the injuries for him, but looking like maybe that light's coming on.
It is. We saw late in the year, especially when Chase Young was out for those 2 games, Tyreke Smith stepped up. We saw it in the Big Ten championship game. He played some big-time snaps, had some big-time plays. But this is a guy that's been gaining confidence, right? His get-off is maybe only not, Chase Young maybe has got the only better get-off on the team, right? And so this is a guy who shows a lot of effort this year. I think in the past years, maybe there was, the light switch wasn't going off when it came to effort once the ball was snapped. But this is a guy that, hey, is doing his job, right, and is getting off and really showing a lot of effort this year and has made some big-time sacks and tackles.
It looks like, that spotlight could really be on him. Jonathan Cooper's not going to play if in the semifinal or the final. Zach Harrison, Tyreke Smith, Tyler Friday, these guys are going to have to be the other one on the edge.
Listen, Tyreke Smith has to be the guy, right? Yes, Zach Harrison's played great, but there's a little bit of a difference from regular season to Final Four football, right? I think Zach Harrison's got a huge ceiling, and I think he's going to be great here at Ohio State. But it's just different for a true freshman to get in some of those situations. And Tyler Friday is the same way. He just doesn't have that experience. Granted, those 2 guys are going to play some meaningful snaps, but the guy who has to step up is Tyreke Smith. He's got to come off the edge opposite of Chase Young, and he's got to put some pressure, especially in this Fiesta Bowl on Trevor Lawrence, and he's got to be able to help stop the run.
Yeah, that last month of the season started showing that for Tyreke Smith, even a new injury, playing through a fractured hand, he told me on Monday. So he's got to be important. Zach's going to show what's made the difference for Tyreke Smith down the stretch. Let's roll the tape. All right, Zach, there was so much talk about Tyreke going back to the spring and that sophomore year. He's going to make the jump like Chase Young, like the Bosas, and the injuries just didn't really happen. But there have been glimpses over the last month where he's starting to turn that corner. He is, and defensive end position, right? These guys got to be healthy. But furthermore, I mean, this is such an effort position, right? You see what Chase Young and even what some of these young guys can do. It is an effort position, right? You got to know down and distance at all times. You got to know what's going on. But it's getting off the football, pinning your ears back, and getting after the quarterback. You see this right here. Tyreke Smith has a great get off. This offense tackle has no chance whatsoever. And he's actually got a good first step, right? But Tyreke Smith, you see his quickness. He's going to dip his shoulder, get underneath the left arm of this offense tackle. You see it right there. Gets underneath it and just beats us with speed. And then after he gets by him, this is all effort getting to the quarterback. It almost looked like at the start, I guess it's a tribute to Larry Johnson that that's what Chase Young looks like. That's what his get off looks like. That's just how it's taught.
They coach this. I mean, this is definitely something that's being taught, right? This is even something in the offseason, right? Coach Marotti in the weight room, they're working on all the muscles, the leg muscles, leg press, squat, jump squats, whatever it may be, that is helping these guys with these get-offs, right? Even when they go into training in the offseason, they get into speed work, right? They're pulling tires. They're pulling different things. They're doing band work but in tension just so they can get that quick get-off, and that's what these defensive ends, that's what they live on, right? That's where you make your money.
And then chasing down the quarterback. And this is a mobile quarterback. Tyreke Smith.
This is a mobile quarterback.
Gets in with no problem. He has another shot at him later in this game here. That's the other angle plays out. He got a little gun shy, just scared of what Tyreke Smith could do. It was almost like Chase Young was out there for this game. We got a lot of angles.
Chase Young was at home.
He was watching this thinking, man, Tyreke, you're next.
And here's another thing, right? Tyreke so good with his hands, right? This offense tackle, hey, I think he's going to beat me with speed. Nope, Tyreke shows a little bit different move. He stops right there. You see him put his foot in the ground. Looks like he may show a bull rush or something on the inside that makes the offensive lineman have to post. Their inside foot is their post foot, right? That's what they post in the ground. And then you got your kick step, right? Well, he's posting right here. And this little shiver right here that you saw right there makes him post down. Tyreke Smith so quick, throwing the outside arm, swimming over top of it. I know Larry Johnson is a huge fan of the swim move, but he's great with his hands. He gets by with it, and it was all set up by a great stick move on the inside with swimming over top. And this offensive lineman, I mean, he's like standing still in the quarterback. He's like, come on, man, just block one time.
The fear in his eyes are like, we can't even see into his helmet, but you know just the way he reacts that.
Oh, he wants nothing to do with that by this point. Nothing to do with it.
All right, so Tyreke Smith building some momentum there with a couple sacks, and then he's just finding ways to contribute, play recognition. The old Zach Boren read and react there, get a tackle for loss. It
is read and react, and this is what I love about this play. Some people may be like, hey, he's barely getting off the ball. Like, we were just talking about getting off the ball and getting a good get off. This is all about reading and reacting. It's do your job, right? All 11 of these silver bullets have to do their job, each one of them, right? Tyreke Smith realizes, hey, it's still first quarter. Granted, it's 21-0, but hey, I'm seeing all motion away from me. I'm seeing motion this way. Everything, like I'm not going to come in the backfield. I got to squeeze down the line. As soon as he sees the reverse coming back, puts his foot in the ground, plants back. Sean Wade realizes it, right? We got Cameron Brown down here realizes it. Tyreke Smith, this is an effort thing again, right? Comes up here, he could be like, oh, these guys are going to make the play. Nope. 2 missed tackles. He's still running the guy down, makes the tackle for loss. And it's a solo now. Not even an assist. It's a solo, buddy.
Don't have to share with anybody.
No doubt.
And building those stats up, and that's what he's starting to get some of that stuff, as I said, late in the year that people expected. And you're showing up and you make any kind of play in the Big Ten championship game, especially one like this. It's another one we've talked about.
Yep.
If you're going to stop Clemson and Travis Etienne, right here's where you got to do it.
It's my favorite play of Tyreke Smith all year, right? Listen, we saw it early on. The situation, 4:18 left, 34-21. They're thinking, hey, Wisconsin be throwing the football. You see this get off by Tyreke Smith. It's a great get off, right? But as soon as he gets right here, he's realizing, hey, this offense lineman isn't pass blocking me. He's not setting on me, right? He's run blocking me. So instead, he puts his left foot in the ground. He throws back on this offense tackle. You see his right arm right there. Right arm throws the offense tackle down the ground, gets off him, and makes this play right here for a tackle for loss. That is a grown man play. I mean, that's a play that maybe only number 2 on this team is playing, especially throwing a 340-pound offense tackle from Wisconsin down on the ground. That's putting his foot in the ground, throwing his right arm, getting off, realizing, and making a great play right here.
Wow, that's really, it's interesting to hear you say that, because it's going to go down as like a tackle for loss for 1 yard. It's not a sack. It's not a fumble, but it's the kind of play that you want to see.
It is. It's huge. If he gets ridden out right here and you've got 2 lead blockers, if you see Malik Harrison playing on the backside, if you keep on watching this play, if Tyreke Smith gets upfield, they're leaving a huge seam right here with all these guys. He could take it to his house, right? You got 61 pulling around for Baron Browning. You've got all these guys running off. He's going for Jordan Fuller. You got the other guys going, for their one-on-one blocks. Listen, if 61 comes around and Tyreke Smith runs uphill and this guy gets to the outside shoulder of Cornell, right? And 61 comes in here, I mean, that play could be off to the races.
Wow. That's why Zach Boren is in here for that insight. Tyreke Smith building some momentum, making plays. He's going to be key in the college football playoff. Hopefully Zach will be back in here to break down something else with us after the Fiesta Bowl. For Zach, I'm Austin Ward. This has been Lettermen Row, BuckIQ.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe below to get the latest videos from Lettermen Row.
We've got Lettermen Live. We've got the practice report. We got rapid reaction. Hey, and we got BuckIQ with Zach Boren.
For sure. We got recruiting breakdowns with Berm. We got whatever you need. Ohio State football and Ohio State athletics. We've got you covered here at Lettermen Row.